for watching Numbskull News. And today I want to talk about Utah, the Utes. First season in the Big 12. And everybody thinks that the Big 12 has set them up. It's a rigged game. Their schedule, easy as crap. What in the hell? People are bitching about it. I'm here to tell you, this is not an easy schedule. I don't believe it's that easy. All right, so let's break it down so you can see what I'm talking about, because I don't get it. I don't get the easy thing. All right, first off, Utah, they don't have to leave the state of Utah for the first 3 weeks of the season. All right, but that's not the Big 12. That's non-conference Utah. They start off with South Utah. I didn't know there was a school in Southern Utah. Apparently there is. They'll kill whoever that is. The third game is Utah State, which I actually think may be a tougher matchup than Baylor, who just completely sucked last year. However, this is an extra Big 12 game they have to play. All right, so they could have scheduled, whatever, St. Mary, Sister of the Poor, multi-directional BS, junior college, in Idaho or something. But they didn't do that. Or they couldn't do it. They got Baylor. Now, like I said, Baylor has sucked, and they sucked horribly last year. I thought they should have fired Dave Aranda, but do I think Dave Aranda is a good coach? Yeah, I think he's just flawed. Do I expect Baylor to go to Utah and get a win? No, I don't. But at the very least, it's not some multi-directional piece of crap. It's another Big 12 school they got to play. Week 4. Week 4. Not 8, not 9, not 10. Week 4. They have to go to Stillwater, Oklahoma State. Let me tell you something, Utah. Your run defense better be on freaking point, because Oklahoma State, the Cowboys, will absolutely run it down your throat. They will chew you up with the run. You better be ready. This right here, I'm sorry, that's a monstrous game in week 4. Monstrous. You better have the Fox pregame show down there. You better have game time. You better have something highlighting this. This is going to be a monster freaking game and a very important game in week 12. In week 4 for the Big 12. And I don't see how that's easy. The first time you leave the state of Utah, you go straight to the Hornets' Nest in Stillwater. Good luck. And then you get the Arizona Wildcats. It's a home game, but damn, back to back. You got Oklahoma State, and then you got Arizona. Back to back. Arizona was a 10-win team last year. I know they lost their coach, but they retained their quarterback. They hired another good coach. And they got weapons for that quarterback. This is not an easy win. Like I said, think about this, guys. Utah's got to go to Stillwater. That's going to be 3 yards in a cloud of dust all day long. It's going to be a freaking dogfight for Utah. They're going to come back beaten up, and then here comes Arizona. Now, do I think Arizona is going to be a 10-win team again this year? I think they may drop a game or two more this year, but I still think they have a shot. Week number 6, the Sun Devils on the road. Now, Utah should be able to get them by 20 or 30. All right, this is a crap team. They've been a crap team forever. However, I keep hearing that the Sun Devils have a coach that should be able to turn this thing around. They're recruiting well. So is this going to be the year where they turn it on a little bit? Can this be a bowl game type, getting to a bowl game type of season for Arizona State? It could. Coming off of back-to-back tough-ass games, Arizona State may not be the pushover we think they are. Week 7, Utah's back at home, and they got TCU. TCU, I am telling you right now, this is not a 5-win team. This is not going to be a 6-win team. They're going well north of that. Utah's going to find that out. TCU apparently has a pretty good quarterback. We'll see. He got some things to prove, but by week 7, if he's legit, look out for this matchup. I mean, people are penciling in a win automatically for Utah just based off of last year. But last year is last year. This year is this year. Whole new year. TCU also has a badass coach. And as a matter of fact, between the two coaches, TCU's coach actually played for a national title. The other one can't say that. Whittingham can't say that. He knows what it's like to get his ass whooped in a Rose Bowl, but he doesn't know anything about playing for a national title. Week 8, they go on the road against Houston. And yeah, no one really thinks this is going to be a good day for Houston. In Houston. The Cougars are going to have some trouble. However, they just hired a new coach. Everyone seems to love the guy. He's a vet. He knows what he's doing, but it's a rebuild. It's a rebuild. The only thing you can hang your hat on is last year Houston, they were in some games. It's like, what the hell are they doing? Like almost beating Texas, getting close. So every once in a while, Houston would just rise up, and then the next week get smashed. They're a weird group. I think they have a better coach, but yeah, I'm not, of course, any given Saturday, but whatever. The game will probably end up on Friday. And week 9, you got the Holy War. On paper, Utah should be able to handle BYU, especially at home. However, this is an intense rivalry. And to me, it's more than just any given Sunday or any given Saturday. When you have a rivalry like this that has a cool nickname in the Holy War, it's important. It gets a lot of eyeballs. Anything can go down. Utah's quarterback, is he in a mass unit by then? Chances are, history tells you he probably will be. But, we'll see what happens. But, to me, this is one of those games you got to put an asterisk. This ain't no instant win for Utah. Week 10, they got to go to Colorado. The Buffaloes last year, by the time you got to week 10, everyone knew Colorado sucked. Whatever, good fortune they had earlier in the year and good play was long gone. Is this year going to be different for the Buffaloes? We'll find out. I know nobody's picking them. No one right now is picking Colorado. If Dion can find a way to turn that thing around, this could be an interesting game, but not going to count on it. However, in week 11, you better count on Iowa State showing the hell up. Now, they got to go on the road to Utah. It's another home game for Utah. However, defense travels. Iowa State's going to bring the wood. This is not an easy game by a stretch. They're going to bring the wood on you. And if Utah is just sleeping, Iowa State will absolutely snatch that win. And week 12, the very last week of the season, is the one big-time East Coast road trip for Utah. They got to go to Orlando. They got to deal with the UCF Knights, the Golden Knights. They have a legendary head coach. UCF is my dark horse. They're my dark horse for the Big 12. That ain't no instant win. UCF's first year in the Big 12, they made a bowl game. Now, a lot of people said UCF was going to be the best of the 4 of the expansion Big 12. And they were right. And I still think they're the best team. This is huge for me. I got them as a dark horse. I love UCF. I've been tracking them for years. Their 2 undefeated seasons. I was sold on them back then. I wanted them as a Big 12 team back then. And now they're here. They just remind me so much of TCU. With the exception, they're a public school with a gigantic, uh, gigantic alumni base. The bounce house is for real. Utah's got to go to the bounce house. Last week of the season, UCF will be looking to make a name for themselves against Utah. I know they don't have Kansas or Kansas State. They're not playing West Virginia. I get all that. I really do. But the schools that they are playing, all right, you can't play everybody. But you got to go on the road to Oklahoma State. Are you kidding me? That's a bitch ass. It's a bitch ass game. Iowa State is not easy. I know they're not playing Texas Tech, but Iowa State to me has been more impressive than Texas Tech. UCF is incredibly impressive young team. TCU, like I said, that's not going to be an instant win. You got a damn good coach who looks like he found another quarterback. Last time he had a quarterback, he played for a national title. But just be careful. All right, Arizona's not a chump. It looks to me that the Big 12 set them up just to have an easier travel first year. All right, not a bunch of East Coast travel. I don't know what next year is going to look like, but it'll probably be West Virginia or Cincinnati or both. So they're going to try to ease them into this thing. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with treating a new school coming in, especially a big-time school like Utah. And, it's not really preferential treatment. It's like, all right, let's ease you into the Big 12. And, yeah, that's a super easy schedule for travel. But if you think about it, most years they're going to be playing Colorado or the Arizona schools. Definitely going to be playing BYU every year. But to me, it's more about the travel, not about what's difficult. This is the Big 12. There's not a lot of weeks off. Baylor might be, but Baylor might be a little bit better than they were next year and give them a little bit of trouble. I wouldn't count on it. There's more of a chance of that with Arizona State. Fix isn't in. This is not some super easy schedule like everyone keeps thinking it is. Well, look at all the home games they got. You go to Stillwater. You're going to Orlando. Right there. That's two losses I can see happen. Really easy. Yeah, they're home against Arizona, but that's right after going to Stillwater. A game for your life, for your season. So calm down a little bit. Utah they got a lot to prove here in the Big 12. So do I think Utah's going to dominate the Big 12? I don't. And this schedule doesn't help. It doesn't help. I mean, are they supposed to face every single solitary one of the top ranked teams in the Big 12? I know that maybe that makes everyone feel better. If you give them Oklahoma State, the Kansas State, and then West Virginia, all back to back to back to back. Come on. Most conferences don't work like that. They just don't. Not in the SEC, not in the Big Ten. They're not going to try to slaughter a team, especially a new one, with facing all the upper echelon teams in a row or some shit. Or even in the same season, same year. They're going to split it up a little bit. To me, if Utah gets through this thing undefeated, then that's a hell of a season. Or even if it's only 1 or 2 losses, that's still a hell of a season. So we'll see how Utah does. But I don't have a problem with that schedule. I don't think there's anything to this. Oh, it's so easy. It's such a... Okay. Take your team into Stillwater, see what happens. Every team that faces TCU is going to have a fight this year. Not just because I'm a TCU fan. That's just how they play. Damn it. Anyway, that's all I got on this crap. Now I'll be back with some other crap later. Bye. Now, a lot of people said that they would probably be the best of that first expansion Big 4. That first expansion Big 12-4. A lot of people said that UCF was going to be the best of the new 4 of the big Motherfucker.